This is Columbus Concerns, a public affairs presentation of North American Broadcasting. Here's your host, Mark News.
Good morning, and thanks so much for being with us today on Columbus Concerns. With us on the program is Tony Collins. He's the president and CEO of the YMCA of Central Ohio. And also here with us is Patrick Russell, the executive director of the YMCA in Hilliard, which has been serving that fast-growing community for more than 20 years. So, gentlemen, thanks so much for coming by. We really appreciate it.
Oh, so glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
First off, Tony, tell us a little bit about the Y. You know, you think about the Y, I always think about swimming and sports and things going on, but you guys are so much more than that. Tell us a little bit about your place in the community and what some of the programs are that you're responsible for these days.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so proud to be a part of an organization that's been in Columbus for 171 years, the United States for 175. Here in Central Ohio, 14 communities have community center YMCAs where families have come together, learned how to swim, right? Maybe played their first sport, get together as a family, be together in community, which is absolutely a joy to be a part of. It's how I got involved in the Y, a 12-year-old learning how to swim at my local Y. But you're right. We're larger than that. We're the largest child care provider in Central Ohio. Believe it or not, we have over 100 locations, serve over almost 5,000 kids in all of our child care locations. Add in our day camp programming, our summer resident camp programming. It's absolutely incredible. And then we are also blessed to be in the space where we can help communities and families in our communities who are struggling in a lot of ways that align with our social service work. So big scope of work in all of the communities we serve here in 5 counties in Central Ohio.
That must take a lot of people. How many people do you have working for the Y?
Oh, we've got a phenomenal team. First off, our volunteers. We have so many community members who step to the plate, whether it's helping us through strategy and figuring out the direction how we can best serve our community, or it's a volunteer who shows up to help coach or help teach a swimming program or a cleanup project, whatever it be. So hundreds of volunteers every year step to the plate. We're one of the largest volunteer organizations in the world in terms of the YMCA. Then, of course, our staff team here in Central Ohio. We're around 1,800 staff across all of our centers and programs where we serve. About 500 of those are full-time. Just blessed to work with an incredible group of people who wake up every day looking to help their neighbor out.
Patrick, tell us a little bit about the Y in Hilliard. I know from the time I've been here, Hilliard is one of the fastest growing communities, still growing right now. How do you serve the community in Hilliard?
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. We start off with the gym and swim, but then it's so much more from there. We do day camp where we serve about 100 to 110 kids a week for 10 weeks, providing swim lessons to all the way to some programs, youth sports. We do family events as well. So that way we're serving hopefully everyone in that generation, from infants to swim lessons up to seniors who would need a place to come hang out and enjoy retirement, and bringing them together so they can all have that cross-age enjoyment of experiencing each other. One of the cool things that we're doing new is it's called Ninja Zone. It's different than what you typically have, like gymnastics or just martial arts. It's that combination of those for that kid or parents who's like, how do I get my kid into something? I'm not really ready to commit them to that yet. I think about my child who's growing and a little bit awkward, so not sure what she wants to do, to where they're going to teach them how to move in a fun way, be it be tumbling, jumping on obstacles, swinging left and right, and learning how to do back flips and handstands. So we're really excited to get that going. It's a new way to kind of get kids active other than the typical options out there.
Tony, before we go any further, why don't you tell us how people can get a hold of the Y? I'm sure you have a website that folks can get more information at.
Absolutely. Go to ymcofcentralohio.org. You can also follow us on all our social platforms, of course. We have look us up. We're easily found. If you Google YMCA of Central Ohio, you're going to find one of our Ys. The Hilliard Y has its own pages, even our own Facebook page at Hilliard, to keep contact with. Let families know about that Ninja Zone and the Ninja Zone programming, Biddy Sports, swimming lessons, all the things they want to do there in Hilliard. And I do have to I want to lift up too, Patrick has 11,000 members at the Hilliard Y. 11,000. I mean, that's just unreal to think about, all the families that are able to take advantage of that. The other thing I want to point out, he mentioned seniors. About 40% of those folks who come to that Y are seniors. Just enjoying connecting with each other, enjoying strengthening themselves, their wellness journey, whether it's mental health or physical health. It's a joy to be there. It's just the energy in that building is so much fun.
Tony, could you talk a little bit about the child care aspect of the Y and after-school programs, and is there an increased demand all the time for that?
It is. It's at an all-time high. Affordable, accessible, high-quality childcare. It's a challenge in Central Ohio. It's a challenge across the country, and we're really proud to be there and be that space. So we start at 6 months old with our early learning centers, all the way up to pre-K, preschool, and Head Start. We're very proud to be able to say that 95% of our kids who come through our early learning programs are prepared for kindergarten. 95%. The county average is less than 40%. So to be able to say that our kids are prepared for kindergarten, which we know is foundational to their academic success and their future, we're so proud to be a part of that. And then families who go to work but need to, their schedule doesn't align. They need help before school. They need after school care. We're in 14 school districts in Central Ohio providing Y Club activities where kids can come in. It's a STEM-based program that also has a social emotional learning component to it. So not only are we helping kids prepare for kindergarten, we're making sure kids are successful in third grade. We're so blessed to be partnered with so many folks that help us do this work, but specifically the United Way helps us do that success by third grade work. And then we work with kids all the way up through fifth grade. We even have middle school kids who come to our Ys for Y Club for before and after school care, if you can believe it. And then it doesn't stop. I started as a YMCA leader back when I was 12 years old. We have leaders clubs and we have youth and government for teenagers, places for teens to come, safe spaces with adults who care about them and are there for them. I mean, what a great place to be, that where you can have all those opportunities. So we're just proud of that. We're proud of being able to provide childcare. We call ourselves the workforce behind the workforce. People can't get to work if they don't have affordable, accessible, high quality childcare, and we provide that for them. So thankful to be able to do that here in Central Ohio.
Is it broken down by branch, or how does that work?
Yeah, if you go to YMCACentralOhio.org, you can see that we have locations geographically accessible as well. So we'll have a west side location, east side location. Patrick actually has a preschool at the Hilliard Y, which is a pretty amazing program.
Yep. Yeah, we have a half-day preschool, and we got about 60 kids that are going through this year, which is great. They did their first prom this year too.
Yeah.
So kids in the gym dancing around, and they'll do a graduation, get cap and gown. So that's really fun to see.
Yeah, so great.
Well, how can you do this and still keep it affordable?
I tell you, I'm glad you asked that question. First and foremost, the community comes together. When you join the Y, you're a part of a community. Your membership helps make sure that everything is accessible. That's the first step. Mm-hmm. We have 167,000 members in Central Ohio in 5 counties. Those members help make sure that programs are accessible across all of our region. The second piece is we have amazing donors, contributors that come to the table to donate money, whether it's a corporate partner or an individual donor. Patrick, for example, has volunteers at the Hilliard Y that raise money every year, around $30,000. We leverage those dollars with corporate partners and other nonprofit partners. I mentioned the United Way, who contributed to our work. Last year alone, just in Hilliard, we were able to give over $120,000 worth of scholarships to make sure that no family is ever turned away, no individual is ever turned away from a program or a membership. And that's not just in Hilliard, that's across Central Ohio. We gave out $1.4 million in assistance and support last year, making sure nobody's ever turned away.
And our guests on the program today are Tony Collins. He's the president and CEO of the YMCA of Central Ohio. And Patrick Russell is also here, the executive director of the YMCA branch in Hilliard. And again, the website address for those maybe who are just joining us.
YMCACentralOhio.org.
Patrick, I'm sure that you're getting geared up for summer. Tell us about the special summer programs you have.
Yeah, I mean, our biggest one is certainly summer day camp. We do that for the 10 weeks. As soon as school's out, we're kicking that off. Kids get to enjoy usually a field trip a week. They have access to our outdoor pool, so they get to swim just about every day. We do outdoor activities. So it's a structured environment, but also a little bit of fun. So they with some educational things as well too. So hopefully, for that time that they're out of school, they're still keeping that learning going and having fun. And then by the end of it, there's tears of joy as they're missing their favorite counselor and going back to school.
Tony, tell us about the summer programs around Central Ohio.
Yeah, we have so much to offer. I mean, you heard about Ninja Zone, you heard about swimming lessons, indoor and outdoor. We have swimming pools across the region that families can come and enjoy indoor and outdoor. So excited about that. Summer day camps at 14 different locations. We have our resident camp, Camp Wilson, that has you want to learn how to ride a horse, come out and come out to Camp Wilson. You want to learn how to canoe and shoot a bow and arrow, come out to Camp Wilson. Great summer camp experiences, but opportunities for everybody in the family. Like Patrick said earlier at Hilliard, whether you're celebrating your first birthday or your 100th birthday, we've got a program for somebody this summer to be either inside or outside, whichever you want. And we're very excited about that. I mentioned earlier, YMCA of Central Ohio, Google us. You can find all kinds of information. Our actual web address is ymcacolumbus.org. Okay. You can tell how much I'm on that site. I need to get that locked in. It's automatic favorite on my website, columbus.org, ymcacolumbus.org.
Well, that's an easy one to remember anyway.
Simple.
Yeah, It makes it a lot easier. Well, we hear about so many problems with kids, especially childhood obesity, socialization problems. It seems like that's where the Y can really come in and help get kids connected with other kids, maybe away from their video games and their phones, and have some fun and then make some friends.
Yeah, one of the things that we're trying to get kickstarted again is Teen Leaders Club. That's an opportunity for kids to not only be with other kids their age, but learn good leadership skills, volunteer opportunities as well, and just reconnect them with other like-minded teens. We also, what's great about those youth sports activities is you're doing something fun, but it's exercise without it being known as exercise. So, and just multiple different things from dance. So, like I said, Ninja Zone. It's not all youth sports. We're starting baton this summer. So something new. So hopefully finding something for everyone, just to experiment. Maybe some kids that you didn't know were into it as well. So again, just create that fun atmosphere so exercise becomes the new norm for them.
We talk about raising the bar at the Y. We want people to feel like they belong. That we want to experience that sense of achievement and being able to connect in terms of our values, honesty, caring, respect, and responsibility. You talked about a safe place for kids to be. In terms of the why, we're a values-driven organization, and we want kids and families to feel that when they come in the door. And all of our programs have that foundational component to them.
Central Ohio is in many ways a very diverse community. How do you ensure that people from all backgrounds are welcome at the Y?
Yeah, great question. Patrick his team demonstrates it when you walk in the door. You feel that for all, by all, right? We make sure that our team is welcoming and inclusive. We want to make sure people feel connection when they come. We feel like I mentioned earlier that they belong, that sense of achievement. We focus on that with our team members, our volunteers, and it's really the culture and the community of all of our programs and all of our centers. When you walk in, you're going to see your neighbor. You're going to see you're going to get a chance to meet new people that you've never had a chance to meet. One of my favorite stories is actually from the Hilliard Y. We were having a community conversation a couple of years ago, and I mentioned about this connection standpoint. And one of the members told me the story. She grew up in Hilliard's, right?
Oh yeah,
we know that Hilliard's. She grew up on the family farm, had lived there her whole life. Here she was, still living here. Her best friend is someone she met at 5:30 in the morning on the treadmill 3 days a week, who moved here from Pakistan. Mm-hmm. And now they're best friends, and they spend multiple mornings together on that treadmill, connecting, hanging out. That's incredible. That's community, and that's right here in Hilliard.
Well, getting down to the nuts and bolts of Hilliard, talk about your facility there, what you have, and what are your hours?
Yeah, I'll start with the hours. So Monday through Friday, we open at 5:30 a.m. and we're closed about 9. And the weekends, we are on Saturdays 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sundays 10 to 6. We've got 2 basketball courts that we have where people can play pickleball, play basketball, practice volleyball with their kids. We even do some of our senior classes in there because those are so large we need a bigger space. 2 Group X studios for cycling, yoga, and then of course our wellness floor for gym equipment, new treadmills with cool touch screens that folks can watch trails so they can feel like they're going somewhere and be distracted. And then as well as our indoor pool, 8 lap lanes with a fun slide. And then we're working right now to get our outdoor pool open for the summer as well. So, and then again, we've got that new side on the other that we're creating for Ninja Zone. So yeah, we're, like you said, the community's growing. And so we're trying to pack as much stuff in that building as we can to keep people active and moving.
Tony, talk a little bit more about the facilities you have throughout Central Ohio and how in the world you keep up with keeping them modern and just the upkeep. It has to be a big job.
Yeah, it is. It's unreal. We're just reading an article this morning about the challenges of taking care of facilities with everything rising costs, right? We know that with our own houses, right? Our utility bills, our, whatever it be. Well, we've got 14 centers, right? And we serve in 5 counties. We're super excited that we have that breadth, the 167,000 members. We were able to serve 44,000 kids last year in all of our program sites, which just that number blows me away how incredible that is that we've been able to connect with that many kids. But yeah, those facilities are the centers of our community. We know when we have those facilities there, our communities are stronger. Hilliard is stronger because it has the Hilliard Y. So we have a 10-year vision. We want to be in 17 communities. We know this region's growing. In total last year, we were able to connect with 220,000 people between our members, program participants, people who come out for our Healthy Kids Day. We want to connect with a full quarter of the region. In 10 years from now, we want to be able to say 500,000 people have a connection with the Y of Central Ohio in one way, form, or another. We want a Y to be 15 minutes from everyone in Central Ohio. So we know that means we got to continue to invest in our current facilities, grow them where needed, like Hilliard, Liberty Township, Powell, Grove City, where we have growing communities, Gahanna. We want to grow those Ys to be able to serve a larger amount of folks that are there today. But we're going to have to go in new spaces as well. We're partnering in Marysville right now. We're having a conversation in Pickerington and a couple of other communities where we can potentially bring community center YMCAs to their communities and expand that impact, that access to childcare, that access to wellness, the health and wellness that Patrick talked about, whether it's families or seniors. Those types of things come because we have that center at the base and at the center of the community. So excited about those spaces. You're right. It is a challenge to keep them up new and modern. Ninja Zone is one way to do it. We're super excited about that. We have the new Columbus State YMCA that's in the planning stages now, which is going to be one of a kind. Super excited about that. And some new projects on the horizon.
Talk a little bit about how the Central Ohio area connects with the national YMCA.
Yeah, that's a tough question because so many folks have it and it's hard to explain. So what we're called a federated organization, but let me just put it in simple terms. Our local Y is owned by our local volunteers. Okay. So the board of trustees, the volunteers who lead the YMCA of Central Ohio are your neighbors, our Central Ohio community members. They own the Y. They guide the direction that the YMCA of Central Ohio serves our community. Every one of our community YMCA, so the Hilliard Y, has its own advisory board that is made up of Hilliard members, folks who are guiding how can the Hilliard Y best serve in the Hilliard community. So these are all local leaders that are stepped to the table to help us serve our community together. We get resources and we get we partner with our YUSA to help make sure that our swimming lessons look the same, right? And and we have the strongest swimming lesson program in the country, right? So how do we make sure that comes across, whether it's in Hilliard or whether it's in Grove City, it's the same, right? The highest quality. So that's where the YUFCA comes into play. 175 years in the United States this year, which is super exciting to be a part of an organization like that. 171 here in Central Ohio, led by our local leaders, which is pretty amazing.
Our guests on the program today are Tony Collins. He's the president and CEO of the YMCA of Central Ohio. And Patrick Russell is here, executive director of the YMCA branch in Hilliard. And ymcacolumbus.org is the website address if you have questions. And I imagine if you want the Hilliard branch, you have a link to that from the Central Ohio site.
Yep, absolutely.
So much of what you do has to do with wellness. Obviously exercise is a good way to stay well. What are some of the other wellness programs like in Hilliard? Do you have any others?
So we also have what we call chronic disease programs as well. One thing we do is it's kind of a delay to the disease program for Parkinson's. They meet 3 times a week. It's about middle of the day with the mission and objective to help folks delay the onset of Parkinson's. So it's focusing on balance, daily movement and activities that you do to help you stay functional and to slow that progression. We're trying to get spine wellness within our branch as well. Other branches also have, speaking towards children again, is Healthy Weight in Your Child that focuses on getting youth at a healthy weight with fun activity, but also including the parents since they're the breadwinner and provider. It teaches them how to choose healthy options and ways to get them active other than just traditional exercise. So along with just pickleball, that big craze that's going all around, we've got that as well. It's one of our volunteer things, so people can join that. And this summer, what's fun is watching 16-year-olds play with 70-year-olds, and the 16-year-olds are still trying to keep up. So that's one of my favorite things that we do and get to watch as well.
Well, I bet neither one of you even knew the name pickleball a few years ago, and now it's giant.
Yes, it's everywhere. The number of people we have playing pickleball across Central Ohio at our Ys is unreal. It's super fun to see. And like Patrick said, it's the young people, it's the families, it's the seniors. Everybody enjoys it.
Could you talk, Tony, a little bit about the wellness programs across the 5 counties of the YMCA here?
Yeah, health and wellness, youth development, social responsibility are pillars with the YMCA here in Central Ohio, across the country. Health and wellness, we are a health and wellness leader, and Patrick mentioned some great programming that we do at all of our Ys. We have partnerships with the James. We have partnerships with Ohio Health. We have an exercise and medicine program. We have spine health programming across our Ys that we partner with our local healthcare community. We work with our Franklin County Health Department in helping with some of their initiatives across Central Ohio. But really just the opportunity for our members of the community to be able to come and access a professional and a welcoming, inclusive environment. I talk about it all the time. You can walk into any Y, and on the fitness floor, you're going to see somebody in jeans walking on a treadmill because they just want to be physically active. And they're going to be right next to somebody who looks like they're going to be in the Arnold next week, right? And everybody's welcome. We've got staff on the floor and across the building who help people through their journey, whether it's their first time and they're trying to learn how to do something, or somebody who's really trying to get more a specific outcome, whether it's their heart health or some of the programs that Patrick talked about. I also want to mention one of our biggest programs, most popular across all of our Ys, is our water fitness programming. We have, no matter what your age, we have programming available at all of our Ys for adults and individuals and families who want to be in the water and use that, whether it's lap swimming or whether it's a water aerobics class. And we've got them in every geographic location that a family would want to access. So lots of opportunities at health and wellness, no matter, again, first birthday, 100th birthday.
And another thing that we offer, too, to all our members is what we call a wellness roadmap. Yeah. So with your membership, you get free access to meet with one of the trainers to just talk about goals, maybe even kind of create a program or discuss concerns and barriers you might have, whether it be physical or just your mental challenge of wanting to get started. So great opportunity for folks to not just kind of fumble their way through and quit. Hopefully they can meet with someone and we can keep getting them started and on their way.
Tony, I have to ask you, you've been with the Y since you were 12 years old, you said, and you must have seen a lot of interesting and inspiring things over the years. What are some of the things that stand out to you over those years since you've been with the Y?
Oh my gosh, we don't have enough time in the day for the stories. I can tell you, I'm a first-generation college graduate with a master's degree, thanks to my mother and thanks to the YMCA, adult leaders who connected with me as a teenager that helped me learn about giving back in the community, helped me learn about service and leadership. And I think we do that with hundreds of teens every year, give them that space, that opportunity where they feel like they can be themselves and they're connected to trusted adults. I think the stories I told earlier, where you have adults who have come from different cultures and communities coming together, and now they're best friends. They're together. Our childcare space to be able to offer for families to be able to go to work and know that their kids are getting a safe experience, but also advancing in their academic success. Right? We have a program that we partner with the Seymour Institute and the United Way called Stable Families. We were able to keep 1,000 families in their homes last year, help them improve their economics, and most importantly, help their children improve their academic success in school. So like, I get inspirational stories every day. And it's a blessing to be able to work with hundreds of people and hundreds of volunteers that wake up every day and want to make their community better. The energy you get out of that is it just fuels you every day. It's amazing. So one story is hard for me to nail down. I will tell you this most recent story. In Grove City, a gentleman, and this goes to a program that Patrick mentioned in Hilliard, a gentleman had just been gone through a really tough medical diagnosis and was really told that it was going to be hard for him to walk. And he came to the Y and was able to meet with our trainers, and the trainers put him on a program starting with just the first day and then worked with him all the way through. And his commitment, he had just had a grandchild. And he told this story to a group full of folks. His commitment was he wanted to be able to walk with his grandchild. And I can tell you that he's able to do that now because of his work at the Y. It was just goosebumps everywhere in the room that he put that effort in. Our Y was there to help him and support him. And now he's able to walk with his grandchild. Simple, right?
Yeah.
I mean, life blessing.
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting because, Patrick, I just realized I've asked you a million questions about your Hilliard branch, and I never asked you where it is. What's the address?
Yeah, we're over at 4515 Cosgray Road. Just right there, just off downtown here, not too far, right in the middle of a bunch of residences. So we got a lot of folks who walk over to the Y, ride their bikes, and that's a great location.
Yeah, I've been there a few times for radio station events and health fairs and things, and it's a beautiful facility. It really is. And so Tony, we only have a minute or so left. So you talked a little bit about some of your future plans. Where do you see things going for the Y in Central Ohio in the next few years?
Yeah, I talked about our 10-year vision. We want to be able to serve our community in the best way possible by providing that early learning care, child care, school-age care. Like I said, we want to be that resource for families. We want to be that health and wellness connection, right? The center of the community for 17 communities in Central Ohio. I'd love for a Y to be within a 15-minute drive of everyone here in Central Ohio to have that access. We work with our corporate partners, our nonprofit partners, our individual donors to make sure we're always accessible. No matter what the situation is, nobody will be turned away. And all of that work helps us do the work that we need to do to serve those most in need in our community. I mentioned 1,000 families through our Stable Families program. Another 1,000 families were housed through our Rapid Rehousing program. We work with our partners at the Community Shelter Board to make sure families are not experiencing homelessness. Let's get them in homes as quickly as possible. That is work the YMCA is able to do to strengthen our community. So at the end of the day, if we do all this work, if we grow to 17 communities, we're going to be a stronger community where all people reach their full potential. And the Y wants to be a part of that and help make that happen.
The website address is ymcacolumbus.org. And our guests on the program today, Tony Collins, the president and CEO of the YMCA of Central Ohio, and Patrick Russell, the executive director of the YMCA branch in Hilliard. Again, thanks so much for coming in, and thanks for all the work you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Columbus Concerns, a public affairs presentation of North American Broadcasting. You can send questions or comments about today's show to Columbus Concerns in care of this station, 1458 Dublin Road, Columbus 43215. Or email us at columbusconcerns@napcomedia.com.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do? Text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.